Texting has become a daily part of communication for millions of Americans. In fact, according to a new survey, 1 out of 3 people say they'd rather text than talk.
But there is still some confusion on the boundaries of when you should text. At a wedding, during a movie, in bed with somebody.
Whoa.
Here's some advice. Yahoo Web Life editor and Textiquette expert Heather Cabot joins us now. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I don't have my phone here, by the way. So I won't do that to you.
Good
not
for you.
doing this. That's right. You only have a couple of minutes.
Right.
So here's the question. This all breaks down along generational lines.
Definitely. Right? So Yahoo partnered with Ipsos to survey 2,000 Americans over the summer between the ages of 18 and 64 to talk about our mobile phone habits. And what we found is that more than half of the people that we surveyed said that it's perfectly acceptable to text in almost every social situation, including family dinner, you mentioned weddings, dates, etc. And it really did break down along generational lines rather than gender lines, which is what I expected. But generationally, we definitely have a split.
Yeah, it's usually a little bit more okay the younger you are. So let's take a look at some of these specific examples that you ask people about. The first one being when you're out on a date. So you're sitting there at dinner on a date, and it's okay to text?
Well, now, again, age-wise, 44% of people over 35 said no, but only 25% of people under age 34 said yes. So that means the majority of those younger people say it's fine. Now, we didn't ask if this was a first date.
Okay.
So I think that might maybe make a little bit of a difference. But yeah, people think that it's fine.
So this is real trouble when someone over 35 is dating someone under 35.
Yes.
Total disconnect.
There you go.
Oh, man, forget that. That's a separate segment.
Yeah, right.
And some other places where you found sort of the texting breaking down.
Sure. Well, I mean, at a wedding, we asked people if it's acceptable to text at a wedding, and nearly 70% said yes.
That's amazing to me.
Well,
And again,
me too.
so you said you didn't ask if they were talking about like during the ceremony.
No,
but
we didn't get that
still.
specific, but still, I think I personally think that's kind of
And there is a
rude.
difference between sitting there and texting while you're sort of at the reception and sneaking into the bathroom to
Or
get a message
texting a
off.
picture to someone from
Right.
the wedding. I mean,
That
we
could be a little
didn't ask
different.
that, in fairness.
Still, the numbers are amazing, especially on this one, whether or not it's okay to text in bed.
Right, and again, 70% of people said they think that is fine. Now, one point about that, and maybe you could answer this. I mean, most people today charge their cell phones on their nightstand.
Or you use it as an alarm. I mean, I use both my cell phone and my BlackBerry. One's across the room, one's next to me.
I mean, maybe that's not a good excuse, but I do think that it's just more common. You have your phone there with you, so we feel like it's acceptable to just, shoot off a quick text and answer, etc. So
what are there has to be? You're the Textiquette expert.
I
So
try
if
to
we're
be.
doing all this texting and it seems to be okay, there are still some rules and some boundaries.
Well, I think that looking at all this, I think the biggest takeaway is that we have to be responsible for our own behavior and recognize that some of this stuff really, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we are sending out texts at 11 o'clock at night, then, we're actually asking people, we're intruding on other people. And if we're responding to them as well, we're also setting the tone. So I think it's really important to look at our own behavior and be mindful and thoughtful of other people, and also look at the examples that we're setting for our own family. Maybe think about having a curfew for your phone. I know a lot of parents do that with teenagers. Turn in the phone at 8 o'clock and do that for yourself. Have a blackout.
And then
Even during dinner.
and I suppose you shouldn't then turn around and wonder why you're having communication difficulties with the people you're actually trying to talk to face if you're texting at 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, good point.
All right. Heather Cabot, thanks so much for being
Thanks
here.
for
We
having me.
appreciate it.